Welcome to the international match for walking football. We have pictures right now of the teams starting off. It's going to be England and Guernsey. We have a women's match and also a men's. Welcome to all players, and we appreciate all the volunteers and staff who've helped out to create this event. We're live on YouTube. Thanks to On Screen Creations for making this all possible. Soon we'll be hearing the national anthem and the introduction of the ladies. We're here in Guernsey at KG5 Sports Center. Live on YouTube. It's November 1st, Friday evening, preparing for the Walking Football Internationals. Welcome to the women of Guernsey and England, here for the Walking Football Internationals. We welcome everyone around the world here on YouTube Live to watch this event. Just getting set up here. Right now we're listening to the national anthem. Players are joining in, showing the spirit of the game here in Guernsey. You probably can't hear the voices, but the reason there's laughter is because these are not actual professional singers. We've got football players out here getting ready to play walking football. Great thanks to the community of Guernsey for hosting this event tonight. More singing here. For the audience out there, you can't hear the national anthem being played, but it's coming out into the night air. Cool evening here in Guernsey, part of the Channel Islands. Everyone's just getting set up. The UK Walking Football Association and the Guernsey Walking Football Association working together here to give their players some experience in international matches. Handshakes. Referees getting set up. And this is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women here in Guernsey, representing women over age 30 playing football around the world. Commentating for this game with no notes. Stick with me here as we make this a fun night. More photos, intense music. England's team is a combination of the age 40 and age 50 divisions. They do have two teams for their national walking football. They've brought a combination of players tonight. The Guernsey team, also mixed ages. We have a variety of levels, some women learning the game for the first time, others returning to the game after a break. Something we love about walking football, seeing that women and men can join together in the game without as much impact. And in shape or not in shape, you can get out there, get started, get some footwork. We wish the players the very best as they get set up. This is a 6v6 format. Coin toss. Warming up, getting some stretching in. They'll be playing 25-minute halves. Small break expected to be about 5 minutes in between. Captain's being called to the center. And as referees, we have Paul Carr with the UK Walking Football Association and Andy Bisson from the Guernsey Walking Football Association. Both with international experience in playing, coaching, and referee. Energy's starting to pick up here as the game is just about to start. And I want to give credit to Coach Rick Baptiste for Guernsey Ladies and Coach Stuart Langworthy with England Ladies. And we have kickoff. This is a combination of age 40s and 50s. England women's walking football and Guernsey women's walking football. The Guernsey team does have a few younger players just due to availability. England keeping some control there in the back. Quickly up to the front. Guernsey taking control. Back to England. As you can see there, the speed of play is based on quick touches, good triangle formations. Big rule with walking sports is no running. Referees are well trained to recognize the difference. It's intended to have a straight leg with a heel strike to keep in an official walking position. England using space on the field. Getting in closer. And a shot. Oh, there we go. First goal for England. Player number 10. And I'll acknowledge the players for the England team: Amanda Thompson, Helen Graham, Ali Whaley, Mandy Walsh, Lorraine Robinson, Kelly O'Donnell, Judith Darcy, Ann Fuller, Dee Reed, and Tracy Dudwell. Guernsey handling it there in the back, working their way up. For the Guernsey women's team, we have Emma Carapel, Jackie Wheatley, Kat Pyers, Anita Williams, Lydia Bleasdale, Claire Rogers, Fiona Drape, Marion Marquis, Sam Blondell, and Carrie Oregon. Players doing their best to communicate out there. Coaches giving direction from the side. Saving it right before the line there. Keeping that walking stride, staying out of the goal area within the rules of walking football. Guernsey stepping in on the ball. Referee whistle due to the ball going up over shoulder height. Shot off by Lydia. If you're just now joining us on YouTube, this is live stream coverage of the Walking Football Home Internationals between England women and Guernsey women. We're at KG 5 in Guernsey. Guernsey with the ball there, and England stepping in to block, getting a shot off. Keeper pushing that ball right back out of the goal. This is the first official match for England after their trials in September. Combination of their age 40 and age 50 players. Another save by the Guernsey goalkeeper. Another shot off by England. Our appreciation again to all the filming by On Screen Creations. making sure that there's coverage of this game around the world. If you're learning about walking football, have experience with walking football, play yourself, making sure to share the game with others. Guernsey and white. Race for the ball. England was able to have a little training this morning, working together for just about an hour, getting to know each other for this first match. Guernsey trained yesterday evening. Again, getting to know one another. It's just been a few months to a few weeks, depending on the player, since they joined the Guernsey walking football team. Interesting challenge for those who are used to football in a standard format to have the control, the skill to stay at a fast walking pace, not running, no heading, sliding, or getting the ball above shoulder height. Plugging the ball back into the center. Shot off just to the right. We'll recognize the club chairman for Guernsey, Andy Bisson, who's also referee this evening, club president Lester Carapel, and Paul Wheatley, organizer, coach, and player for this event. Got some media coverage of this event already and hoping to build awareness. Walking football around the world for many reasons. Obviously, the health aspect of exercise, team sports, is well regarded. In addition, you have the aspect of community, the social interaction, and the ability to travel, meet with teams, and compete globally. Walking football is often seen as a sport for age 50 and older. You'll see up through ages 60, 70, 80s, and beyond, men and women. I'm Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women, reporting here from Guernsey in the Channel Islands. Come here to learn more about walking football, meet with teams, meet with players, coaches, directors, get a sense for how to grow this game. Strong movement by the England team. First time playing together in a match, getting used to each other. Doing some substitutions. Sliding through Guernsey in the white. They're playing on the narrow pitch, white lines as their guides. England slowing it down, moving it around. Guernsey on the defense. Keeping tight position there in the defense. Keeper getting a bit of a touch on it, keeping it out of that box. We're still in the first half of the Walking Football Home Internationals. You're watching here England and Guernsey, ages 40s and 50s on the England side. Guernsey, we have a range of ages due to player availability. Both clubs building their teams. Trials recently held in England for their national teams. Guernsey developing the sport and making great progress in including women in walking football. We've got a 6v6 format here. Guernsey fighting for the ball there, trying to keep it out of the defense, move up to offensive positions. Guernsey getting control up there along the line. Shot off. After this live filming, you'll see the Guernsey men and England men's teams walking football. Guernsey with an age 60 plus range and England men's in the 70s. "15 minutes into the match. 10 minutes remaining. We'll have a short break and back at it. England again getting control. Guernsey holding position in the defense. Call on number 6. Just to note that we've had rainy weather here, a little more than usual. So we've got a wet field, little breeze. Both familiar to residents of Guernsey and England, but still chilly for players out there. It's worth being said that the exertion in walking football is still a fantastic health benefit, usually targeted for age 50 plus. You'll find that the combination of being able to play a low impact team sport, fast walking, a lot of skill, strong players can really appreciate being able to stay on the pitch instead of stepping off after injury. Of course, walking football can also be played by kids in all ages. And you'll notice here the ball returns to the point of kick. It's not allowed to go above shoulder height in walking football. So Guernsey has control. The ball can be played back to the goalie. They are considered a field player, and hands are also allowed. England inching in, getting closer with a shot saved by the Guernsey goalkeeper. And we want to mention the principal sponsor, the Taste of India, Guernsey. Today's Friday, 1st of November. We're at the 3G pitch at KGV Guernsey. KG5 Guernsey. Substitutions getting closer to halftime here. 25-minute halves in this 6v6 walking football match. Another shot off by England saved by the Guernsey goalkeeper. Referee slowing down the game a bit, asking players to wait for the whistle. Got some rain starting here, just as England kicked a bit too high. We're live on YouTube. Great appreciation to On Screen Creations for filming this match. Guernsey ladies and England ladies. The Walking Football Home Internationals. Down to 3 minutes here. Guernsey women's team. Variety of ages here for availability of players playing their first match against England. Some women for Guernsey just recently learned the game, others returning after a break. We see this in grassroots recreational football. Again, variety of ages, variety of levels. Walking football is a great way to be able to bring women out to the pitch, not needing pro or elite experience. Referees Paul Carr and Andy Bisson. And a goal for England. We're getting close to halftime. See if Guernsey can get this started again, get some momentum. For more information and to follow on social media, look on Facebook for Guernsey Walking Football Club, and on Twitter, Guernsey GSY Walking FC. Under 30 seconds. Oh, there we go. First half completed for Walking Football Home Internationals between Guernsey and England. Women's teams, England, we have the age 40 and 50 grouped together, and we have a variety of ages for the Guernsey team.
Give a quick summary of the score and then we'll cut the mic.
2-0 England. We're at halftime. A few more minutes. We'll get started second half here at KG5 in Guernsey. And we are back live on YouTube streaming from Guernsey. It's the Walking Football Home Internationals between England and Guernsey. We have the women starting off the second half with England with a 2-0 lead. This is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women, based in San Diego, California, in the United States. Here in Guernsey, invited by the Guernsey Football, the Walking Football Club. Oh, we've got another goal by England. And also the UK Walking Football Association. Rain's coming down. Women are gearing up for the second half. One goal in. We have a running penalty. Guernsey moving it up. Goalkeeper for England. Moving it out. Some pressure from Guernsey. And we want to thank the principal sponsor for this event, the Taste of India. Representing coaching for Guernsey ladies is Rick Baptiste. And for England, Coach Stuart Langworthy. And I'll be acknowledging the players, not all here today, but for England we have Amanda Thompson, Helen Graham, Ali Whaley, Mandy Walsh, Lorraine Robinson, Kelly O'Donnell, Judith Darcy, Ann Fuller, Dee Reed, and Tracy Dudwell. The Guernsey side, we have Emma Carapel, Jackie Wheatley, Kat Pyers, Anita Williams, Lydia Bleasdale, Claire Rogers, Fiona Drape, Marion Marquis, Sam Blondell, and Carrie Oregon. England just missing that shot. If you're just joining us, you'll see this is walking football. We have an age range mid-20s all the way through late 50s. Some women with experience at elite levels, getting back into the game through walking football. Others just trying the sport for the first time. This is the first match for the England team after trials in September. That last call, tackling from behind on number 5, England. Guernsey starting from the back. Acknowledging the referees from the Guernsey Club staff, we have Andy Bisson. And from the UK Walking Football Association, we have the CEO, Paul Carr, acting as referee. Special thanks to On Screen Creations in Guernsey for the live stream and filming. Guernsey stopping the ball there with a shot from England. Goalkeeper ready. Today is Friday, 1st of November. We're at the 3G pitch at KG5 in Guernsey in the Channel Islands. Guernsey hosting England for Women's Walking Football International. England women's walking football currently in the lead. We're in the second half of the game, 25-minute halves. I'm Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women, commentating for you all tonight. Stay tuned after this for the men's game, Guernsey versus England, the age 60 and 70 plus players. That was a running foul there. If you're just tuning in, you know you're watching a 6v6, and this is walking football. If you watch the stride, you'll see there's a very fine line between walking and running. Referees are well trained to know the difference. And a good note if you're looking into starting a walking football program to start with referee training. Keep the speed of the game and the skill level by making sure your referees know how to manage players and keeping things moving along the way it should. Guernsey slipping the ball through, just losing it to England. Again, with walking football, we can't have the ball above shoulder height. Field conditions are getting a little more difficult for the players out there. You can see the wind and the rain picking up in the second half. Current score is actually 2-0 England. keeping that walking stride. Goalkeeper getting a touch on it. We just want to say thank you for joining us on YouTube. This live stream from Guernsey is provided with generous sponsorship by the Taste of India. On Screen Creations is doing the filming and live stream. And we have the support of the facilities here at KG5. And of course, the volunteers, staff, players, and their families. England moving the ball up. Guernsey on defense in the white kits. This is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women. England pulling it back and starting over in red in the white shorts. Guernsey in the white kits and green socks. Clearly the intensity of walking football depends on the players. We see a great variety in being able to include players of all skill levels, all ages, all genders. This particular group, we see England with their age 40 and age 50 teams. Guernsey has a combination of players ranging from mid-20s through late 50s. We're in the second half of this match. 2-0 lead by England. We want to acknowledge the coaches for Guernsey. We have Rick Batiste, England, Stuart Langworthy. We've got a penalty there for the ball going above shoulder height. In walking football, this is against regulation. Opposing team gets control. England in red. Special thanks to our principal sponsor, the Taste of India. Referee Andy Bassan checking on a player. We're at the Walking Football Home Internationals between Guernsey and England. Women's teams, we have England with their age 40 and 50 mix, and Guernsey, age range mid-20s through mid-50s based on player availability this evening. This is the first training, or the first match for England since doing their trials in September. Guernsey's been assembling their team, and we have a variety of levels. Some women just playing for the first time, others having played earlier, and others continuing on. England currently in the lead. Second half. Another save by the Guernsey goalkeeper. If you're just now joining us on YouTube, I want to say thank you to On Screen Creations for this live stream and filming. Stay tuned for the men's game after this. We have the rain and wind picking up here in Guernsey. We're in the Channel Islands, located in the English Channel. Guernsey in white there, getting control of the ball, moving toward goal. Shot off. Follow up, goalkeeper protects. Even in this weather, we have fans out here supporting the women in their walking football match. Appreciation to the community of Guernsey for putting this event on, showing their support. Running close to the end of the second half, about to finish this first international match between Guernsey and England for women's walking football. Referee Paul Carr showing a foul of running. Again, this is 6v6 format of walking football. It takes a trained referee to make sure to identify the difference between a fast-paced walk and running, but it's an important element to the game. Referee Paul Carr letting us know we have 1 minute left in the match. Rough conditions, but some great playing for these walking women's football players from Guernsey and England. Friday the 1st of November. We're about to close out this match at the 3G pitch at KG5 in Guernsey. Principal sponsor, the Taste of India, supporting development of women's football locally in Guernsey and abroad. And that's the end of the match. This is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women, promoting soccer, otherwise known as football, for women aged 30 and older around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream on YouTube. Appreciation to the community of Guernsey, the Guernsey Walking Football Club, and the UK Walking Football Association. Players getting their handshakes in. Wet and windy evening, Guernsey. Next, we'll have the men's match. Again, Guernsey and England. On Screen Creations has been the live stream and filming company, and we appreciate their support here. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube for this live stream of the international walking football match between England and Guernsey. We have the men's teams. Now time for the national anthems. Which anthem was that?
That was the English.
Just finished the England national anthem, and now time for Guernsey.
I think they got some in Cherie. Yeah, they got some in Cherie.
It's Friday, the 1st of November. We're at the 3G pitch at KG5 in Guernsey, listening to the national anthem, preparing for the men's walking football match, and just finished the women's. What you see here on YouTube is the men's teams. We have England over age 70, and for Guernsey, we have a mix of players primarily over the age of 60. And this is just due to player availability here on the island.
How long the matches are?
Same as the other one.
What is this thing?
I believe so.
I don't know. I might have some gum that I can go. He's rushing again.
What time are they bringing out the cows?
The cows. Cows have got fed. They're sensible. They have donkeys.
Are you going to bring me along?
Quite a few donkeys.
The referees will need to stay on the field until the rain comes back.
You've got the drift.
Well,
You've
he
got
said that
cozy
they're gonna
weather.
be playing for an hour.
Are you going to bring me along?
And we want to say thank you to the principal sponsor, the Taste of India. Players getting set up here for the match. If you're just now tuning in on YouTube for this live stream, this is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women, based in San Diego, California, United States. Out here for some training in walking football, hoping to bring the sport to the United States to increase global opportunity for tournaments and sports diplomacy. We have England in the red kits. Guernsey putting on their pennies. Pennies, also known as bibs, just like soccer is also known as football. We want to recognize the referees Paul Carr from the UK Walking Football Association and Andy Bisson with the Guernsey Walking Football Club. Just getting ready to start, referee Paul Carr, referee Andy Bisson. And we'll recognize for Guernsey men, we have Coach Paul Wheatley. For England, Coach Gareth Lewis. And as you can see here, we're playing with a walking football format. 6v6. Goalkeeper has use of hands and also is considered a player on the pitch. You can find more information online and also on social media about the UK Walking Football Association and the Guernsey Walking Football Club. You'll note here in walking football, there's a delicate balance between running and walking. Referees have to be well trained to recognize. Obviously, players do too. You'll see a proper format with a straight leg and a heel strike, but players can adopt whatever style works best for them that keeps them from a full running stride. Key here is moving the ball around, lots of triangle formations. For Red England, we have the age 70+ men's team, and Guernsey with a mixed age level in the 60s. And you saw there, players stepping into the goalkeeper area and having to step back out to avoid a foul. You can see we have some wind and rain at the KG5 field in Guernsey. Players managing the slippery surface, but we have a 3G pitch. Ball staying in control as much as possible. Paul Wheatley getting a shot on goal, saved by England's goalkeeper. Guernsey moving in and having to step off the ball due to being in the regulation area for the goalkeeper. Little rain increasing here, and I want to acknowledge the players on the Guernsey side. We have Paul Wakefield, Francis Russell, Paul Wheatley, Paul Rogers, Tony Pickford, Martin Mitchell, Steve Filez, Phil Thacker, Derek Smith, and Steve Potter. And on the England side, we have Dave Seddon, Terry Fletcher, Keith Mortimer, Alan Brown, Alan Ogden, Keith Harris, Mike Dorr, Neil Willets, and Johnny Malloy. If you're just now joining us, we're in the YouTube live stream of the walking football match between Guernsey and England. In Guernsey, in the Channel Islands, the Walking Football Home Internationals. England taking a shot on goal there, stopped by the Guernsey goalkeeper. And we're still in the first half of this match.
It's okay, but we're going to have to get the whole camera off. Yeah, we might want to do it quickly. Just to see the plate and then get that. So that when we lose that plate. Is it moaning yet or not?
Referee Paul Carr calling substitution for England. If you're just now tuning in, we're watching walking football between England and Guernsey, the national teams. Guernsey with a range of player ages in the 60s, and this is the over 70s team for England. Hosted at KG5 on the 3G pitch in Guernsey on the 1st of November. Referee Andy Bassan here on this side of the pitch. This is the second game this evening, the first being between the women's England and Guernsey teams. And you can see there that the speed of the game is moving along quite well. Many don't understand that walking football still has great exertion. You have a lot of movement, especially with the 6v6 format. Keeper being called for playing outside the area. Free kick for Red. We have an indirect kick. England taking another shot on goal and follow up. Yeah, some disagreement here about whether that was a high ball. In walking football, it's required to keep the ball below shoulder level. Referee decides to play it from the line there. We want to say thank you to On Screen Creations for their video coverage and live stream of the two matches this evening. We're in Guernsey Channel Islands, England and Guernsey. We have the men's walking football out there now, England being their age 70 and older, and Guernsey having a combination of ages in their 60s. If you're just now learning about walking football, we want to point out that it is a very inclusive sport, not only gender and age, but there can be a variety of abilities. Something you want to keep in mind is making sure referees are well trained to start your program. Looking at it as an opportunity for both new players and also ex-pros, ex-vets, more elite level who may have had to step away due to injury. And of course, for anyone out on the pitch at all ages, you'll see the opportunity to increase ball control, focus on touches, work together in this small-sided game. No goals scored yet in this match. Got a lot of offense, a lot of shots off by England, and there we go. 1-0 England. And won by Guernsey. Quick movement to a tie. We want to acknowledge coaches Paul Wheatley for the Guernsey side and Gareth Lewis for the England side. Got a small break right now from the rain. Still some wind and chilly weather in Guernsey Channel Islands. We're on a 3G pitch at the KG5 Sports Center.
good?
Referee Paul Carr of the UK Walking Football Association. If you're just now joining us on YouTube, this live stream is at the 3G pitch at KG5 in Guernsey, the Walking Football Home Internationals. Second goal by England, and we have one for Guernsey. We have about a minute left, and this is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women, based in San Diego, California, in the United States. Guest here in Guernsey to learn more about walking football, develop the sport in the United States for both men and women of all ages and all abilities, making sure to keep some sports diplomacy flowing between countries of the world and develop women's soccer specifically, otherwise known as women's football. Halftime here in Guernsey. We want to thank our principal sponsor, The Taste of India. starting off on the second half of this home international walking football match between England and Guernsey. We have the men's England age 70 and older team against the Guernsey mixed age in their 60s. You can see the style of walking football. This is a 6v6 format, holding true to the rules of no running. We're also keeping the ball below shoulder height, staying out of the goal area. There's a foul, as we just spoke about, with the height of the ball. Guernsey in the yellow bibs. England in red. Slide tackling penalty there. England setting up. Shot blocked by Guernsey. We'll recognize Coach Paul Wheatley on the Guernsey side and Gareth Lewis for England. For more information about walking football, there are a variety of sources online. One is the UK Walking Football Association, their website, thewfa.co.uk. They explain that teams are either 5 or 6 aside, and with these rules, games are played at a slower pace, usually on a 3G artificial grass pitch, and we see a reduction in the threat of pain, discomfort, and injury. Players are walking briskly, but also feeling less impact on the body as well as lower impact contact with other players. This makes it a great sport for both beginners and elite athletes who may have had to step away from the game due to injury. We want to keep our athletes out on the pitch for as long as possible, and walking football and other walking sports are a great way to do that. You can also find the Walking Football Association England on social media, and the same for the Walking Football program out of Guernsey, part of Guernsey FA. Their football association allows for affiliation to support these programs for both men and women of a variety of abilities and ages.
you press the screen, it's recording, don't it? It should be recording 4K, but it's not clean. Swap.
If you're joining us on YouTube at the live stream, it's the 1st of November, Friday night in Guernsey in the Channel Islands. We have the men's England national age 70 and older team of walking football playing against the national Guernsey team with a mixed age group in their 60s. This is just due to player availability here. We're at the 3G pitch at KG5 in Guernsey. We want to say thank you to the staff, players, family, coaching, all members of the community who have supported this event. Primary sponsor is the Taste of India. Want to give a shout out. Oh, there's a shot on goal. Shout out to players on the Guernsey side: Paul Wakefield, Francis Russell, Paul Wheatley, Paul Rogers, Tony Pickford, Martin Mitchell, Steve Filez, Phil Thacker, Derek Smith, and Steve Potter. And for England, Dave Seddon, Terry Fletcher, Keith Mortimer, Alan Brown, Alan Ogden, Keith Harris, Mike Dorr, Neil Willets, and Johnny Malloy. We're in the second half of this match between England and Guernsey. Walking football, the Walking Football Association of the UK being represented here with their national team, and the Guernsey Walking Football Association also bringing players together, both for the competition and the community. If you're watching from home, you can appreciate not being in this weather at the moment. This is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women. Rain is almost completely unfamiliar to me, based in San Diego, California. But here I am. I do have the benefit of a tarp to cover me, but these players are fully exposed to the wind and the rain. Still trying to keep control of the ball on this 3G pitch, making sure to keep their speed under a run. The no running policy in walking football is subject to penalty. It's up to players to define their own style that stays within the policies of walking football. And we want to thank On Screen Creations for their video coverage and live stream this evening, bringing this beautiful game around the world. Recording will continue through the end of this match, and it will be available on YouTube as a recording long term.
Hardest gig you've done. Sorry? Hardest gig you've done. Oh, this is... I'll have a look at what the rain is doing. Sorry? Rain's probably going to last another...
If you're just now tuning in, you're watching the international walking football, the men's age 70 and older from England, and the mixed age 60s from Guernsey. We've got some rough weather in Guernsey. You can never quite plan ahead for that, but these players are pushing on in the second half. We have a lead by England. Okay. If you're local to Guernsey or here to visit, then please visit our principal sponsor, the Taste of India. We are 15 minutes into the second half. This is the second match of the evening with the women's England and Guernsey teams having played before this. They also had a 6v6 format, 25-minute halves, holding true to the regulations of walking football. As you can see here, walking football is just one step over from what we see as a standard football match. It can be inclusive by gender and age, by ability, something that you might find helpful, whether through a community program, football league, and of course, for all ages, we'll see even youth players being able to increase ball control and skill level with this style of play. Setting up for a corner kick by England. We have referees Paul Carr and Andy Basson. And that's game. Thank you for tuning in to the Walking Football Home Internationals between Guernsey and England. We had the women's match first, followed by the men's. Just completed with a win by England. It's the 1st of November, a Friday evening, on the 3G pitch at KG5 Sports Center in Guernsey. This is Brandy Mitchell with San Diego Soccer Women, acting as an ambassador for the development of women's football recreationally around the world. Thank you for tuning in. For more information, you can check in with our social media and online.